All right, Ian, we got voicemails. You go to anchor.fm/the CU podcast and you'll leave us a voicemail and keep it short and sweet, like 20 seconds, and then hopefully you can make the air.
Greetings, Pat and Ian. This is Nico from Finland. Disney Illusion Island was revealed recently on D23 Expo in Anaheim. I'd love to hear your thoughts about the game. It looks like a Rayman Origins / Rayman Legends type of game, like a platformer with multiple players.
Did you see that?
No, I didn't. Let me take a look.
Illusion Island, yes.
Oh, okay.
There was a trailer that came out about a month ago or so. It came out in September. Yeah, it's great animation.
Game looks great.
Yeah, it's like a traditional animation looking style. You have the older style, like Mickey and Minnie.
Yep, the Mickey, the
like
cartoons,
like 30s or 40s looking.
And yeah, I can see what he means. It's like a multiplayer Rayman Legend. I would play it. Yeah, I don't have any like deep thoughts on it, but I would absolutely play that.
Sure.
Hello there, Pat and Ian. This is Karen. I have an NES question for you.
Okay.
What about the springs on the cartridge tray going bad and preventing the cart from snapping into position? While dirt and dust causes most NES errors, the springs on the tray are also known to fail, right? Isn't that why the top loader did away with it? Or are the bad springs on my NES just my punishment for using a Game Genie? How do you even fix a cartridge tray anyway?
So,
thanks for your time.
I mean, it's not a common thing. I have seen NESs where the springs are gone, but I haven't seen it often.
I've never seen any problem where the springs are the problem. I have seen the problem where the latch is the problem because
the latch to keep it down.
The plastic can wear away over
Gotcha.
time. I mean, to replace one, you honestly find the cheapest broken Nintendo you can, and you just take it apart. Replacing the tray is not very hard. You just unscrew some screws, you slide the old tray out, you take the tray out of the other one, you slide the new tray in, you screw it back down.
Well, is that tray part of if you buy like a replacement one? Is that part of that as well? Or you're talking about something totally different.
What do you mean?
You can buy replacement, like blinking light win and stuff like that. You can.
Oh, sure, but that's different. I mean, if you want an actual replacement tray, you take it out of a Nintendo. The blinking light win isn't a normal tray.
Gotcha. They actually the one for the Play a Punk challenge was a blinking light win. I almost pushed it down. There was a sticker saying, don't push down because you can't push it down.
Good old Quan.
Yeah, that's a good product. Yeah, that was bad. The design was horrible. Horrible design. Not as bad as the red light ring of death on 360, but one step away from that. Next one.
Hey, Pat and Ian. This is Danny. First time calling into the show. I'm breaking my silence because I've heard you all discuss several times the topic of arcades living on in the form of barcades, and I know it was brought up recently. I do agree with you all for the most part because that's all that I see. However, do you think it could be regional? Just hear me out on this.
I'll hear you.
When I traveled to the Vancouver, British Columbia area, I was shocked to visit not one, but two arcades that are alive and well. They were family friendly, they were packed, they had plenty of new games there, and I didn't see any alcohol there either.
You're going to have a very special spot in order to have a traditional arcade.
Yep.
I mean, like non-redemption machine arcade without alcohol. You're going to have to be like in a tourist trap area, like a boardwalk sort of thing, but they all have like redemption machines because that's how you make your money.
Right.
That's what kids want to win prizes. It's tough. I think we are past the point where you could put up a traditional arcade with literally just games, like games you play like that and make it a go. I don't know.
As I have said in the past, I would love more arcades that are not attached to a bar, because I don't always want to do that. It's like I love going out and playing pinball, but I'm getting seriously sick of having to go to a bar every single fucking time I want to play pinball. A loud fucking bar. I don't want to do it. So I would love a little bit more of an old-fashioned arcade. But yeah, I mean, drinks are cheap. There's a lot of markup on beverages. That's how you make the money.
I mean, cheap to make drinks, not to buy them. I see what you mean.
Oh yeah, cheap to make them.
Yeah.
Hey guys, this is Alex from Las Vegas.
Hey Alex.
I was hoping to get some insight on a few things from a couple of San Diegans such as yourselves. My girlfriend and I want to take a road trip to San Diego. She's a water lover, so I think we'll probably end up at SeaWorld. But do you have any thoughts about SeaWorld versus the zoo? Am I making a mistake there?
Well, yeah. I mean,
Yes.
They're totally different types of organizations.
That too. They're totally different types of organizations. The zoo is where you're going to see everything you want to see. And the zoo is massive. SeaWorld is not that big. No.
And the zoo does all the conservation stuff, and SeaWorld is like a circus, basically. That's the way he describes SeaWorld is like a circus. And they have other stuff. I'm not saying, boycott everything. They have redemption games. They have stuff like mini boardwalk stuff. They have their own Halloween thing going on, which actually looks interesting. It has nothing to do with SeaWorld proper. It's just like, oh, we have Halloween events coming out, like how Great Adventure used to have, Fright Fest back in the day. And I'm actually curious about that, because I miss that sort of stuff. I'm like, there's not a lot of cornfields around here like there are in Jersey, or like haunted hayrides. I'm sure you can find them, but not really close.
Hey, Ian. I've been playing a totally standalone, totally free Doom 2 mod called Ashes 2063. It's based on basically every great post-apocalyptic piece of media, not just movies, but also books and other things from the 1980s. It's fantastic. I think you should check it out. The soundtrack is based almost entirely on John Carpenter cues and music from Phantasm's original soundtrack. It's excellent. I just want to know, what is your guys' favorite game mods? Bye.
Thanks, Toy.
Do I have any favorite game mods? I don't know that I do. I don't.
No Doom wads.
I mean, for Doom wads, the alien one.
Yeah,
I can't remember the official name of it, but that was mind blowing to me as a teenager. That was fucking fantastic.
I never got into any Civilization mods or anything. You can make your own units and stuff. Even the older games, you could make your own stuff.
Yeah, I haven't really ever done any Bethesda mods or anything like that.
It's a tough one, Toy. It's a tough one.
Hey, Ian, Pat, Paul here. Who would win in a fight? Billy Mitchell or Tommy Tallarico? I'm imagining a Double Dragon NES finale here. Thank you.
I'm not sure they'd be in the same weight class. It wouldn't be fair.
Hi, Pat. Hi, Ian. It's Dave here from Scotland. I have a food question for you guys. You may be aware of chip shops here in the UK. In Scotland, we call them chippies. And basically, you can get deep-fried pizza, deep-fried haggis, deep-fried sausage, like deep-fried everything you can think of, even chocolate bars, like you name it, we'll deep-fry it. They're also run by quite a lot of Italian families here in Scotland, so I don't know if, Pat, that's something you're aware of, but yeah, just looking to get your guys' thoughts on chippies or chip shops, if you know about them. And yeah, keep up the great work.
No, Thanks. Dave, that's not something we have. We don't have deep-fried shops.
So I've never been to one, but I have definitely heard of them before, and it's pretty hilarious to see I think they call them a fry-up, where you just order a bunch of different fried foods and they send it to you.
Deep fry. What was the one he told me? Deep fried pizza?
Yeah, they deep fry like literally fucking anything.
I mean,
anything you want, they'll deep fry.
We did in college until someone threw a phone in, and then we had to drain the water because it was the oil because it was ruined. With a deep fryer.
I'm very disappointed in you guys, with all the UK listeners and all the questions coming in from us. Our queen died, and you never mentioned it. God save the queen. She's gone forever, 70-year reign. Oh, God save the queen. Please mention it. Love you guys. Bye. It's your boy J-Bo. I forgot.
Yeah, we know J-Bo.
Yeah, we know J-Bo.
J-Bo, have you had a drink or two?
Cheeky J-Bo.
I don't care about the queen.
There was someone, I mean, people are sad. I'm sad that they're sad. There was someone that aggressively came after me, though, for not mentioning it on one of my Twitch streams. They were like, how dare you not say something about like our allies and the queen? I was like, what? I mean, what am I going to say? I don't. People are sad. It's had a good run in the 90s. Like, what do you want me to say?
Hey, Pat and Ian. This is Pat from New York.
Pat.
A few years ago, I played Xenomorph X and convinced myself I might actually enjoy side-scrolling shoot-'em-ups. This was part of my own ritual of playing a few games outside my comfort zone each year. So this year, I wanted to revisit that genre, and partially because Ian often references the franchise, I picked up R-Type Final 2. Needless to say, it just did not do it for me. So my question for both of you is, what are 2 to 3 side-scrolling shooters you'd recommend to someone like me, who doesn't have an extensive history with the genre, but does have an interest in trying to find that game that gets me into it? Thanks, guys.
So, I can agree with you. I like R-Type Final 2, but R-Type is an interesting shooter because you have the force pod that you're constantly yo-yoing out or bringing in, and a lot of the levels as you get deeper into it are very hard and require very precise use of the force pod. So I could see that. Side-scrolling shooters that I think would be good for a beginner to get into, I think absolutely you should play Blazing Star on the Neo Geo. It's a really fun shooter. It's not very difficult to get into. I like it a lot.
Wait a minute. Did he say shooters or run and gun shooters?
Well, he brought up R-Type Final 2, so he was talking about shooters.
Sure. Okay.
I thought he said run and gun at first too, but he then mentioned R-Type.
Gotcha.
I would also say
Twin B.
That side scrolling. I don't really like Twin B.
Well, it's both, but yeah.
Well, yeah, it is. The other one I like side scrolling is Aeroblasters. I really enjoy Aeroblasters. I like Hellfire. Hellfire on the Genesis is fantastic.
UN Squadron is amazing.
And it's also really good on the PC Engine.
Hey guys, it's Mike from California. My
Mike.
question is for you, Pat. I
Sure.
just happened to have come from San Diego and stopped by Little Italy for some good food. Was just curious, since you're Italian, what are your thoughts of the place? Any good restaurants that you recommend? Or do you think it's just super touristy and not really true Italian? Thanks.
No, it's the best you're going to get for Italian around. Mona Lisa is really good.
Mona Lisa is fantastic.
Not Volare. What's the other one called? There's like two main restaurants that are really good there. Little Italy restaurant. What's the other one that's good?
I don't know. Honestly, for me, it's Mona Lisa's.
Mona Lisa's like good, and then you have stuff like there's only like 4 or 5 restaurants or 6 Italian. There's not like a ton there that are like real Italian. Salunto's, that's a good one. Salunto's, that's a good one. They have a bakery there. I have not been to Ristorante Ilando, Tuscan Fare, and you have a few pizzerias. I'm not counting the pizzerias. There's a few pizzerias. Zucchero's, that's the other one too. So there's like the 3 main ones, and there's also like an Italian like grocery store there. So yeah, there's like a handful of places. Yeah, I guess they're all good. I haven't had a bad experience there. I'll do like 2 more here.
Hey, Pat Nian, fuck you.
Okay, I guess that's maybe a reference to the
a certain someone.
Hey, Pat Nian, fuck you.
Oh! I didn't mention this during the intro, so we didn't really bring this up as a topic about a couple of dev prototype consoles being sent out to a couple of the cultists.
Yeah, there's just not a whole lot to say. If you look at the Reddit, the Intellivision _Amico Reddit, you'll see that everyone is actually fairly certain that it's if it's not the same one that was sent to Hans, it's a replica of. Yeah. So he got what was sent to Hans, basically. And there are 2 people who've been looking for them, and one of them said that they didn't get theirs yet. They're waiting on the second wave of prototype units to go out. And honestly, everyone, and I think they're right, they think that like this is just one unit that's kind of getting shuffled around,
or a couple.
Yeah.
I don't know. One was in the box. It might have been the same box that John.
Well, the one guy who didn't have one and said he was waiting for the second wave is like one of the only other people I could ever think of them sending one out to. So I don't think there's a second wave. I think there's a second one.
The diehard one with the wristbands that
Yes.
is an investor and almost never discloses that they were an investor.
Yes, that one.
Gotcha.
That one.
The one that just said "oh" in that clip. Okay, yeah, it's sad because like this is like their only reward for being so like they not just died on this hill, they were put 12 feet under on this hill, and that this is their like reward is like I'm gonna look at a like semi-functioning pre-production unit with games, I guess, probably loaded on, no functionality with any online store. Who the hell knows what the battery life is on these units? And like they're not allowed, from what I saw, they're not allowed to talk about it.
Oh, they can talk about anything positive they want, but they're under NDA for anything weird.
Oh, that's not how NDAs work, though.
I know.
NDAs usually aren't. Oh, you're not allowed to say anything bad. That's called a non-disparagement agreement. An NDA means you can't talk about anything,
right?
But so they're literally under NDA for bad things. What is deemed bad?
That's basically what people are saying. Like whenever like questions get tough, they're under NDA, but they can talk about anything else that they want.
That's not an NDA. An NDA means you can't talk about anything.
Yes.
We get a product, so you can't break the embargo for anything until a certain date. This is just a fucking laughable joke. It's just a worse and worse joke. All right, we got one more person we're going to check in with here.
CU Podcast, here we come. Oh, this is your paisano Chris Pratt calling in over here. You guys don't think I sound like a real Italian? Come on. You know what I did to prepare for that role? I watched Goodfellas. I watched The Godfather. I ate at the Olive Garden for a whole month. But I think Tommy was right. I think you are racist against Italians. Everybody is nowadays. They got rid of Columbus Day. Now they call it indigestion, whatever the fuck. And Ian says I'm just a dumb white guy. I'm not dumb like everybody says. I'm smart. And I want respect.
Smart.
I'm smart. I'm not dumb like people say. I want respect.